Hey guys, hey, welcome back to another review. Last time we reviewed Disney Plus, now I'm going to be reviewing Paramount Plus, like I promised you guys. Yes, I promised you guys I would review Paramount Plus, and here we are. So I told you guys I'm not really a biggest fan of Disney Plus. I made the review on it and all that. I pointed some stuff out I liked and all that, but I just don't really care about the platform. I don't think it has a lot to offer that I really care about. But let's see if Paramount Plus, has anything to offer. But anywho guys, before I get into the video, remember to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it, I really would. My goal is to hit to 1K subs. If we can get to 1K subs, I'll give you guys a super reward video. But we have to get to 1K subs first. And also, you guys can follow me on Instagram, and you guys can follow me on Twitter. I haven't posted anything yet on any of them. Well, I posted some stuff on Instagram, but that stuff's I'm probably gonna be, moving that stuff to Divinity Art, because I kind of want to make that more so my YouTube posts and all that, and all that, but, I'm making art for people too, so, yeah, I just want to clarify that too, but, anywho, though, unlike last time, where I've, where I didn't include I don't know if I mentioned this, I can't remember if I mentioned this in my Disney Plus review or not, I didn't include the categorized thing, when it comes to scrolling and all that on the streaming platforms. I did not, make a category for that. I think I discussed it, but I didn't, this time around I'm splitting it to its own category, because I feel like, when it comes to streaming services, it's very nice to have a very organized, platform too. So, but I'm adding that one to my, my reviews too. But anywho, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go ahead and talk about Paramount Plus. So let's see what's up first. So, first up, obviously, the big selling point, when it comes to streaming platforms is though, their movies and shows and originals, their new stuff. So, what does Paramount have to offer? Well, I have to say, Paramount, when it comes to Paramount Plus, it's honestly a little confusing, because Paramount Plus, they actually do have some movies. I think they have Charlotte's Web and all that on there. They have Charlotte's Web. But they also, they also have share stuff with, they share stuff with, other platforms and all that. So, HBO Max and all that, they have, they made some movies with them in the past and all that. So, I think they have Wizard of Oz and all that, and, not just that, but they also have, they also have, they also have movies that other studios actually have the rights to, like Indiana Jones. Yes, believe it or not, I didn't know this was a thing, because I actually haven't seen the Indiana Jones movies in a while, but I looked it up, and yeah, Paramount Plus has the 4 original Indiana Jones movies. They have all 4 of them. Yeah, they have 4 of them. I guess because I was looking it up, I guess Paramount technically still owns the rights to some of these, even though Disney, owns, Disney owns, Indiana Jones now too. They actually own some of the other movies. So I was thinking about that back before they bought out Indiana Jones, because I thought they bought it when they got Lucasfilm, but I've been hearing they bought it afterwards. But I was thinking maybe Paramount owned it because maybe George Lucas split it up, because that's actually how it was originally. A lot of his work was split up to some of the different studios. Like 20th Century Fox had, they had, like, well, 20th Century Fox had, the Star Wars movies he made under them. Then they had, Paramount has, the Indiana Jones and all that. But apparently not. Apparently they bought out that too. Which in my opinion was probably not the smartest idea, because, since Paramount, I don't know if Indiana Jones is on Disney Plus or not. I forgot to look that up. I don't think we have access to it anymore. My dad's been cutting down streaming services because they've been getting expensive. But they've been, the thing is though, I don't know if they still have access to it. I've been hearing some people say they don't have access to some of their stuff, they don't have access to it. And I'm thinking that could be the case because they have it on this platform. Also, apparently, Ernest Saves Christmas is on Paramount Plus. Even though Disney, I looked it up, Disney still owns Touchstone Pictures Animation. They still own it. Because they've actually sold off some stuff in the past. Apparently, they used to own Power Rangers. They don't own Power Rangers anymore. I used to watch that on Nickelodeon. They don't own Power Rangers anymore. They actually sold that off. It'd be nice if they would sell off some of this other crap. They don't need like Fox and all that. But hey, I'm not in charge of the company, and all that. I can't make the decisions. But I will say they have, they do have that, and they do have that, and which is pretty interesting and all that, and not to mention a lot of their older stuff. They have a lot of Nickelodeon shows too. I know there's been a lot of controversial stuff going on with Nickelodeon and all that, but you could say that about literally any studio pretty much. There's always been crap going on behind the scenes and all that, but you have to admit, a lot of these shows growing up were actually pretty good and all that, and and I know there's been that whole Dan Strider thing and all that, that there's been him and there's been some shenanigans going on with him, which by the way I already kind of knew about in the past, but I thought he got fired. I thought everyone kind of knew about it and got fired. He got fired from Nickelodeon and all that, but apparently there's still shenanigans going on, and apparently it sounds like it got worse. So, but it doesn't stop me from liking some of these older shows. I still like some of these older shows. I don't like some of these celebrities either, but I still go back and watch their older stuff. Like, I've been hearing some problems with, like Alec Bowman and all. I've been hearing some problems with him, but I still go back. And watch, Channel Chasers, a Fairly Odd Parents and all that, even though he's in it and all that, and Madagascar too, Yeah, Madagascar too. Yeah, Alec Bowman's in it. He's in it, but yeah, I still go back and watch that stuff. He's also in the SpongeBob movie. Believe it or not, he voices Dennis, which the SpongeBob movie for some reason is not on Paramount Plus. I could not find it. It or the I think Sponge Out of Water. Both of them are off of Paramount Plus. They were on Paramount Plus, but they're off of there now. So I'm guessing maybe Paramount's kind of just giving up on the platform. I don't know. I've been hearing they're not doing very good as a company. They're kind of losing money and all that. So I don't know, but I'll be talking about that more so with the categorized thing later, because and all that. But But yeah, they also offer some original stuff. They have, but mostly, unlike Disney, Disney Plus, where they tend to be banking on, they're banking on, just specific stuff, pretty much. I mean, they have, some original stuff going to the platform, too. Not saying a lot of it's good, but, they have some stuff going there. Paramount Plus has actually been releasing a lot of older stuff to newer generations, but keeping the older stuff on there. So, like, Blue's Clues and You is on there. Actually, now that I think about it, I think that show came out before Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus didn't come out until later. They didn't come out until later. So, yeah, they were one of the later streaming services to come out, but they do have it on there and all that. They actually have the entire Blue's Clues original show on there. They don't have the movie to that either. Now, the movie to that has never been there. They never actually ever had it on there. Surprisingly, which is kind of weird, but yeah, they never had, like, the Blue's Clues movie on there I can be aware of. But they did have, the SpongeBob movie on there in the past. But they do still have the original Blue's Clues series, which I hope they release it on DVD, because I'm like, I mean, there's still other stuff to watch, but I really like Blue's Clues, and I really, despite me being an adult, I still think the show really holds up to this day. It's still got really good animation. It's still very funny at times and all that. I still wish they would release it on DVD, because I have a bunch of DVDs of it, but the episodes are all split all apart. And I have like, I think I counted, I have like 40 something episodes of the original show. That's like a quarter of the amount of episodes they made. I think it was 41, I believe, 41. So I do have, like, a lot of those. And I mean, some of them were also released on VHS, but still, even if you count that, it's still not gonna add up, but I don't know, but I do know they have the reboot and all that, and, they also have, they also brought back Face. They brought back Face. Honestly, I watched a little bit of that show, and I was like, it kind of just felt, it felt all over the place. Like, it didn't feel like, I didn't really care for it as much, but I only watched like a couple episodes, so I can't really say. But Blue's Clues and You, yeah, that show I have a lot of issues with too, but I plan on talking about it in the original show and all that down the road. So that those will be coming possibly in the future if I can get to them, But I'm not going to be doing them right now because, I got other stuff I'm going to be talking about. But yeah, let's just say that the reboot is not the best, in my opinion. It's not the best, but yeah, they have a lot. They've been bringing back a lot of older stuff. They even have they have brought back Rugrats. I haven't seen the Rugrats show, but they have all grown up on there. That show's really good. I think they had the original Rugrats on there too. And then they have a lot of older and new stuff, but I don't think they've been making a whole lot of new stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong, that the Face show, that's technically new because Face never had his own show that I'm aware of. He was the host, in Nick Jr. in the 90s. He was also on VHS. I showed off some VHSs if you guys want to check them out, but he never actually had his own show. But a lot of this stuff, a lot of it is actually just stuff we've seen already and all that. But I mean, they remade it and all that with new animation and all that. So yeah, but I mean, they have some stuff on them. They have some stuff like. They also have Star Trek on there and all that. So they have some stuff to offer, but honestly, I don't know. I think their older stuff is, in my opinion, is a lot better. I don't think there's really much to their newer stuff. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's awful. They're not destroying a lot of stuff I can hear. They're just not as good as the original. Where Disney is tending to like, it feels like they're trying to destroy a lot of the stuff, like Star Wars and all that, by rewriting history and all that and making it confusing and forcing you to kind of watch all their movies with Marvel. At least with Paramount Plus, they're not they're not trying to they're not trying to do that. They're just making content, but I just wish it was better content. I don't think it's all that great and all that. I think it's all right. I mean, they do have a lot of original stuff, and they also, I think, I haven't mentioned this yet, but they've also, believe it or not, unlike Disney Plus, you can actually watch all this stuff on here with the original intro. Yes, they still have the original intro. Where Disney actually plastered their new logo over the original. You can actually watch a lot of these movies with the original logo. And unlike Disney, I actually don't mind the new logo. I think it's actually pretty good. I don't hate the new logo on the Disney one. I just don't think it's as good as the original. I think it doesn't feel like, Disney. It feels like where Disney, used to have, the blue background and then the castle. Now they have to show off, give it an entire background. And the music's not that great either. I think it's just alright. I don't really like Paramount's one because they still keep the original logo. But they keep the original logo, but they change up the music and all that. So it's pretty cool. I don't like it as much as, the past ones, but I still think it's pretty good. But yeah, I don't know, but it's still pretty cool. I really do like it, but yeah, I still really like it. I just don't think it's as good as the original ones, but I still think it's good. But the fact that they still have the logo on the old logos and all that, I really do like. And speaking of old logos, they have brought back the Splat logo on Nickelodeon and all that, which is nice. It gives it more of a touch than just have a generic looking logo, which is pretty nice. But yeah, I do hear there's a lot of bad things going on with Nickelodeon, but again, that's how it is on other platforms too. So, yeah, I don't know. I feel like some people are wishing that Nickelodeon kind of would shut down and all that. And I'm like, if you wish they would shut down, you're basically saying that to other channels too and all that because they've gotten bad. And I believe it or not, at least Disney. Nickelodeon at least offers some new stuff. It's still not great, but they still offer new stuff. Like I hear there's a rock paper scissors show, and then there's also a Big Knit. Where Cartoon Network only has Teen Titans Go. They literally only have Teen Titans Go. That's the only show that's on there. And if you like that show, that's if you like that show, even if you like the show, it still can get tiresome having to watch the same show over and over again. As someone who doesn't actually like the show at all, I hate watching Cartoon Network because of it. I quit watching it because I'm tired of that. But Nickelodeon, I've actually seen it. They have some new stuff, but I do hate how they have Camp Coral and the Patrick Star Show on there too. I'm like, can't they just keep that on Paramount Plus and just have the original SpongeBob show be on there? I don't know. Speaking of SpongeBob, they actually don't have I haven't seen the 13th season on there yet. I've only seen 12 seasons, so you can't even watch the 13th season of SpongeBob on there. So I don't know. I was thinking they were gonna add it on there after they ended the show. After they ended that season, but no, we're now on season 14 and they still haven't put it on there. So I really don't know what's going on there. I don't know. But yeah, they do have some stuff to offer on here, and with Nickelodeon and all that. But like I said, it's just kind of, it's hit or miss, and they do have some stuff on Comedy Central, like the South Park specials, but they don't have the South Park show. HBO Max still has the licensings to it and all that, but they do have the specials and all that. But yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of, I just don't really care for this stuff as much. But I've been talking about this stuff for a long time, so I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next category. But yeah, let's go to the next category now, because I'm kind of running out of things to say. All right, so we talked about the shows and all that, and how they're kind of hit or miss. Let's talk about the whole categorization thing, with Paramount Plus. Now, I think I talked about this with Disney Plus, as I stated, but I don't think I didn't, have it as its own category. But I feel like I need to, talk about, the stuff with platforms, And boy, oh boy, Paramount Plus is a good example of how bad some of these platforms can be. Now, Disney Plus, I feel like they're not organized in the best way possible. But Paramount Plus is literally all over the place. Yeah, they're freaking all over the place. Like, there's stuff that's like... There's stuff that's like, There's stuff like that's just here and there. A lot of their stuff's missing on the platform. Now, Disney Plus, don't get me wrong, they're the same way, but they still have access to a lot of older stuff, I'm not gonna say they're a great eater with that. They don't have Buzz Lightyear, Star Command, or anything like that on there, but they do have some stuff on there, they have their history and all that, but they are missing a lot of movies too, because of licensing issues, but some of the stuff, like I said, SpongeBob and all that, they don't even have them on there. They don't have them on there, and they do have the access to the SpongeBob movies. They also don't have speaking of SpongeBob, they have a banned episode of SpongeBob called Midlife Crustaceous, which, by the way, that episode was actually pretty good, but they banned it because of a panty scene, which, don't get me wrong, I can kind of see where they're going with, but at the same time, I'm like, kids are not gonna go out and steal panties and all. They're not gonna do that. Plus, there's way worse things that this show has done, and the fact they banned that particular episode is ridiculous. They also have banned, Quarantine Crab. It's not on there either. They may have brought it back, I'm not sure, but I don't think it's back. I think it still might be gone. But they brought it back, they were talking about possibly bringing it back as COVID-19 is over, but to be fair, a lot of people have kind of left SpongeBob anyway, but the fact is they have banned episodes from that show, then they're missing an episode of Jimmy Neutron. Yeah, the first episode of Jimmy Neutron is missing. You could probably find it on DVD, but the fact is that you have to go on DVD to find it at all. It's kind of annoying. I'm thinking it could be a license issue because it plays the original Jimmy Neutron theme song, is what I hear. Yeah, I think that's what I was reading. That's why they don't have access to it. But I don't know. But the thing is, too, they don't have access to a lot of this stuff. Like, they have shows, but they don't have access to some of these episodes, and some of the movies are missing. And on top of that, you have, it being very organized. I mean, it's not unorganized. Like, if you go to, there's like, if you go to alphabetical order, they're literally missing like a bunch of the shows. They're just stacked on top of like other like categories and all that. Like, they have a lot to offer. I think that's what part of the problem is. People are thinking they don't have access to, they don't have a lot of content on there, but they actually do. It's just not very organized. Like I said, their categories are all like messed up. They don't even have SpongeBob and all that on, like in the Fairly Odd Parents on their, their A to Z list on, on Paramount Plus. They have it just scattered everywhere, and it's just annoying. Like, it's really annoying. I mean, don't get me wrong, the content's still good, but the fact is that it's very unorganized really makes this annoying. It makes this really annoying to deal with. But yes, they don't have access. I mean, they have access to this stuff, but but the fact is that they have banned episodes and all of that, and everything's kind of unorganized, makes it kind of annoying. Now, don't get me wrong, my videos aren't perfect as it is, but I'm also doing this all by myself, and I don't have the time in the world to do this. With Paramount Plus and all that, these other streaming platforms, they have a bunch of people working with this stuff and all that, so you think they'd be able to keep it organized. So it feels like they pile stuff on top of each other and all that, and just to make a profit. And this is probably why Paramount Plus is not doing very good, because a lot of people, again, don't think they have access to a lot of shows, but believe me, they do. They do have access to a lot of shows. They're just not very organized. They're not very organized, so people can't find them as easily. So that's probably where they're losing their money from and all that. And yeah, I don't know. I just don't really know what to say here. I don't really have a whole lot to say about the whole categorization thing, but I definitely want to bring it up with Paramount Plus, because it's probably one of the worst of the studios. It's one of the worst. Like I said, Disney Plus is not organized very well either, but they're still organized and all that. I mean, they still have like certain categories for certain stuff and all that. But Paramount Plus, I hate how you have to like go through and look up stuff on the search bar and all that, because they don't have access to it, in the library of, the alphabet and all that, because I'm not very good at spelling some stuff, and when it comes to some of these streaming, platform shows, some of their names and all that, they're just confusing and all that, so. But, yeah, they just don't have access to a whole lot of the stuff. It's just it's kind of annoying, it's kind of annoying, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I still think they do have a big library of shows and all that, but I just hate how you have to, you have to search them up to find them easier than just go through the Nickelodeon or other categories like, Comedy Central and all that. You have to like go through different categories to get to it. It's really annoying. I really hate it. But some of the episodes are banned from some of these shows too, but they're not, but they're not, they're not like gone forever and all that. And a lot of these shows, it's still hard to access some of these shows to this day, but honestly, you probably have better luck with some of the DVDs with some of this stuff. But, again, you don't have access to some of the DVDs either, so you still have the platform itself. But I mean, the fact that they don't have licensing to all these shows is kind of a problem. Like, I feel like their license issues are kind of have been an issue for Paramount for history. That's why some of the stuff is tied into other platforms and all that. But, I don't know, but I think I'm going to probably end up moving on from this category, because I really don't have much else to say about this. I really don't. But yeah, but I really do hate this. I hate this a lot. For someone who likes to just go through and look through stuff, it's kind of annoying. But I don't know. But I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next category. So let's go ahead and move on to the next category now. Okay. Now we've talked about the shows and content they have to offer on Paramount Plus. We talked about the categorizing. Now let's talk about the pricing. Now with pricing with streaming platforms, it can change after a while. But I have to say the pricing on Paramount Plus is actually still decent. I still think it's decent. I still think it's very decent. I still think they still have, they still have, a decent price. They do have, pricing, with, they do have deals and all that too, but I think the most expensive it goes to is, I believe, $11.99, I believe is what it was. And you can actually get it cheaper with commercials for, less than that. And the commercials, believe it or not, the commercials are actually not that bad on this platform. They're not that bad. I think they're actually pretty good. I've seen some commercials. They're not that bad that they feel like commercials, like you're actually watching some, TV and all that. And they don't play all the time. They only play after an episode ends, or if it's a 22-minute episode, they'll play in between. But they don't play it. They don't play it, like constantly throughout the entire episode. Like they've been doing on Hulu and all that. Which, by the way, I have no plans on reviewing Hulu, because Hulu at this point feels more like Disney Plus, and I've talked about it in the past. I think I've done a review on it. I can't remember. I can't remember if I've done a review on it, but I think I've talked about it in the past. But yeah, basically though, Hulu is but yeah, Hulu, I hate their ads. Their ads are very annoying and all that. But with Paramount Plus, their ads are not that bad. I mean, I know a lot of people probably don't want ads on their videos, but you could pay $11.99 for it to get rid of the ads, or you can just stick with the ads. I think it's like $6.99 or something. So I think Paramount Plus is still one of the cheaper platforms. It's still one of the cheaper ones, which I really like. I really do like how cheap they are, Now, there is a problem I've been hearing people have been having with the platform, including myself, where, I feel like their internet's not working sometimes. It's not been as bad lately, but in the past, it was really bad. Like, it would constantly mess up. It's still messing up sometimes, which I find it to be a problem. I'm probably not going to make a category for it, because it's going to be kind of the same with all the other studios. But with Paramount Plus, yeah, I have to say their internet is kind of annoying, because I hate how sometimes I can't have access to the shows. But there hasn't been much of a problem lately for me. And I watch Paramount Plus all the time, because I watch older shows and all that. I watch The Fairly Odd Parents, SpongeBob, Danny Phantom, and all that. So it's not really too bad, but I can see what people are coming from, because it's still annoying. I still don't like how they do it, because I want to watch a platform that actually runs very well, and it doesn't run very well. But But it's gotten better with that, and like I said, the pricing's not that bad either. It's still very cheap and all that. Like, it's not bad at all. Like, it's not that bad, but yes, but it's still kind of a problem I've been having with the platform, and I think they've got a little bit better with it. They've got a little bit better with it, but yeah, I don't know. But compared to, like, I think Disney Plus, I think that now they're like going up to like they're getting up to like 11 or I think they're going up to $15 now. I don't know how expensive they are, but Paramount Plus is still cheaper. Like, even if you're paying full price for for no ads and all, it's still cheaper. But I don't know. But I think my mother's paying full price for Paramount Plus, but somehow she still has ads on it. So I don't know, which is kind of stupid if you're paying full price for it. But my dad and all, well, she's paying for Hulu and all that, and somehow she's getting ads for it too. So I don't know, but my dad's not getting ads for Hulu, and neither is Paramount Plus. So I really don't know what's going on at her house, but yeah, I don't know, but I still think that their pricing is still very cheap. I just wish the platform ran a bit better. I can still watch a lot of shows. I just can't watch them all the time because this platform has to screw up all the time. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk about the next category, which I think it might be it. We'll see. Okay, well, I guess that's it. Yeah, I'm gonna rate this one. This platform is definitely getting a meh, though, in my opinion. Definitely a meh. And 52 points. Yeah, it's definitely getting a low and a meh. Sorry, I forgot I put the scoring effect first. I should have done it afterwards, but it's all right. Next time I'll do that. But anywho, yeah, this platform, in my opinion, definitely deserves a meh. It's not that great either. It does have a lot to offer, and although some of the shows don't have access to a few of the episodes, they still have access to most of the episodes of these shows I watch. And they do have some movies, like they have the Indiana Jones movies. They have, I think they have Charlotte's Web still. And all that. I know they have Star Trek too, and all that. So they have access to still a lot of these movies. And they're very cheap, but I really hate how unorganized they are. I hate how their platform a lot of times messes up. It doesn't mess up all the time, but like I said, it messes up sometimes, and it's really annoying. And but I rather watch them than Disney Plus, because at least they still have the original logo with their movies and all that. So I don't have to watch the 2012 one over and over again and all that, because they had that 2012 logo, and which I still think is a lot better than Disney's one, but that's my opinion. But even then, I still don't want to see it, like with the early 2000s logo and all that. Which, by the way, if you watch the early 2000s logo, it's kind of funny, but it's like there's like no music at all to it, which is really odd. But there's like a DVD, like if you go on DVD, there's like a DVD selection of it. It's pretty cool. I really like the logo. So it's actually a reason to buy DVDs too. That's why I have access to some of their DVDs too, because I like going on and like watching the Paramount Plus. The Paramount logo and all that with the DVD. I think it's pretty cool, but But yeah, I don't know. But I still think they have some problems with this platform. But I don't think they're awful. But I feel like I believe they're probably giving up on this platform because they're putting a lot of their stuff on Netflix. They actually don't have a lot of crap on Hulu anymore. They pretty much have got rid of all their stuff on Hulu. Like Nickelodeon and all that's pretty much gone. I mean, I think you can still buy Hulu stuff. You can still buy it. But you can still buy, Hulu and all that on Paramount. You can buy Paramount on Hulu, or something like that. But I think you're going to be paying a lot more money for it, because I think it's like live TV and all that. You're going to be paying a lot more for this on Hulu when you can just get it on its own platform instead. But that's the thing, though. I feel like they're just giving up on the platform. That's why it's probably been getting unorganized lately, because it was really organized at first. Believe me, I got this right when it first came out, and they had access. I mean, they had access to a lot of stuff. They still do, but they also have gotten rid of some stuff like the SpongeBob movies and all that. They got rid of them, and they were a lot more organized. Now they're not as organized. But I noticed their platform is not messing up as bad either. So it's like they took away one problem, but then have another, But where they're not messing up as bad, but now they're not as organized. But you can still have access to a lot of the shows. You just have to scroll through and look for them, which makes me wonder why they even have an alphabetized thing at all, on there. But I don't know. But yeah, I think this platform is still watchable. I don't think it's great, but I think it's better than Disney's, because Disney's they seem to be focusing more on Marvel and Star Wars stuff. They do have some other new stuff too, but a lot of it's it's new and all. They're also more expensive. I think they're getting up there with Netflix and all that, and not to mention they don't have access to a lot of their stuff either. And the stuff they do, they plastered a new logo, like Toy Story, The Lion King, and all of that. You can't watch the movie with the original logo. I know some people don't mind it, but I do, because I want to watch my movies with the original logo, But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, they do have. But Paramount does have access to a lot of stuff too. That they just don't. People just don't know it because they're very unorganized. But yeah. But I still think it's kind of annoying. But yeah, they are taking a lot of their stuff off of here and putting it on Netflix too. I'm thinking they might just shut Paramount Plus down in the future. I don't know, because because I think they're gonna shut it down because they're getting out of the streaming wars. They probably would be better off doing that anyway, because if you guys don't notice, they still have a lot of their channels up too and all that. They're actually putting a lot of they're focusing a lot on cable TV and all that. So I think Paramount's kind of more focusing on more of just, I don't know, I think they're trying to find their footing. That's what they're trying to do. And it didn't help that they came in kind of late. They came in late to the streaming wars. They came in late where like HBO Max and Disney Plus and all that were already making their platforms. But they still have a lot of subscribers too. I think they have like 80. Actually, I think it's about 80,000. They've been getting more subscribers, but I still don't think they're gonna. They're better off just going to their own, like going to Netflix, or going back to DVDs, But because with DVDs and all that, they can. I feel like they could put more content on it, and focus more on stuff. Heck, a lot of their stuff they can get on DVD too. So they're making money off of that too. But I think Paramount Plus is just losing money in general, because again, you can have access to a lot of that stuff on DVD and all that too. Not all of it, you can't have access to Blue's Clues and all that. but you can't have access to a lot of DVDs, so I don't know. But anywho, guys, I think I'm gonna go ahead and let things go from here, though. I hope you guys enjoyed this review and all that. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.